Hi everyone, welcome to Pemidaka and I am Subhash Chandran. In this video, I am going to take you through the pipe thickness calculation and how it is being done in the industry. So without wasting time, let's get into the subject. Pipe thickness is one of the important parameters in piping design. That's because thickness is an item that contains the pressure. So basically, the pressure of the fluid that is passing through the pipe is contained by the thickness. So that's one of the reasons why thickness should be calculated carefully. So what is the logic behind the calculation? The logic is the thickness should be proportional to the pressure. Basically, it has to be calculated according to the pressure that the pipe is going to carry. If it is not calculated based on the pressure and what it is going to contain. So basically, the logic comes in this way. For the high pressure services, thickness will be high, and for the low pressure services, thickness will be low. So this is the basic logic behind the thickness. Now let's get into how to do the calculation, how to exactly extract the numbers of the thickness. So how to do the calculations? As per ASME B31.3 clause 304.1, the thickness formula is already given in the ASME. Let's look into it. So this is the thickness formula given in the ASME B31.3 clause 304.1. So what it says, Tm equal to T plus C and T equal to PD by 2 into SCW plus PY. I will show you how exactly the formula, the definitions of the formula and how it needs to be calculated. So for that, we have to go to ASME B31.3 304.1. So let's go to the ASME B31.3. Here we go. We are in ASME B31.3 in clause 304.1. So as per 304.1, here the formula is already given. This is the same formula that I have shown in my slide as well, which says Tm equal to T plus C and T equal to PD by 2 SCW plus PY. See, these are the two formulas we have to use in our calculations. So one is the Tm and as well as T, and this T is calculated to get this value small t. Then we have C. C stands for corrosion allowance. Corrosion allowance, it also includes the mechanical allowance with the corrosion and erosion allowance. That is what the definition says. If you look into it carefully, it is the sum of mechanical allowance and as well as corrosion and erosion allowance. This is what the definition says. So what it means basically, it means corrosion allowance includes the corrosion allowance as well as the mechanical allowance. What is mechanical allowance? Mechanical allowance is the allowance added to the piping for the threaded pipes and the machined pipe, because the grooves and cuts will have the material removed surfaces, so there will be a difference in thickness. So that's one of the reason why the mechanical allowance is added for those materials. For the pipes which have a clean surface, mechanical allowance will not be added. Corrosion allowance is the allowance added based on the corrosivity of the fluid. I'll show you the actual calculation, how we have to calculate this for a particular size of a pipe. So this is the basic formula, Tm equal to T plus C and as well as T equal to PD by 2 SCW plus PY. So there are two formulas over here, 3A and 3B. Generally we are using T. The below formulas also can be used, but in general in most of the process industries, refineries and petrochemicals, and this is the formula we are generally which is being used in the industry. So for to understand this formula, we should understand the parameters of this formula. Let's say for an example, what is P? The parameters are given over here. So if you go a little bit above, all the parameters are given over here. What is you can just go through these parameters. What is E and from where you get it? You can get the E value from table A1A. If you go to the index, and you will be able to find this table A1A, or else I'll show you now down during the calculation. And what is P? P is the internal gauge pressure. This is the value that you get from the process engineer. And what is the S? S is the stress value that you get from table A1. And what is T? T is the pipe wall thickness. This is basically the wall thickness that is based on the manufacturer thickness. So this value you will get it from the ASME B36.10. This is what ASME B36.10. You will get it from here actually. This is the wall thickness of the pipe. See, here you can find the wall thickness, and here you can find the outside die of the pipe. So these are the two values we can get from 36.10. And what is small t? Small t is the calculated pressure design thickness. If you look at it, so this is the calculated pressure design thickness, And what is Tm? Tm is the value that we have to calculate it. It is based on the minimum, what is the definition says, minimum required thickness including mechanical corrosion and erosion allowance. And what is the W? W is the weld joint stress reduction factor in accordance with the paragraph 302 3.5. I'll show you what it is because it is right next over here. See, based on table 302.3.5, the weld reduction joint factor is given. Generally it is considered as 1 because most of our material falls under this category, chromium and molybdenum, and the temperatures are less actually. If the temperatures are more, and you have to consider the values accordingly. So this is the value for W. And what else we have to consider? Yeah, Y. So what is Y? And Y is given as a coefficient from the table 304.1 if the thickness is lesser than D by 6. In most of the piping thickness in process industries and refineries, petrochemical comes in this category, and it will not go to this category just because this is a very high pressure, and it comes only in oil wells, and it's a very rare scenario. So in general, for all the refinery process chemicals, and this is the value that we have to consider. For this we have to go to 304.1.1 actually. 304.1.1 is over here, and this is the value. So for here the temperature, for temperatures lesser than 482, and we are generally considering 0.4. Generally it will not go more than this because most of the services are lesser than 500 degrees Celsius. So it comes in this category only because our material is also either carbon steel or stainless steel. So it won't go more than 0.4. So based on this formula, I will just show you how exactly we have to calculate it. So I have made this in a Excel sheet. So this is how it is. This will be very helpful for you to understand. I will also keep this Excel sheet in the link that I am going to give in the description box. You can download it from here because this will be useful for you to understand how the calculation has been made. It will be very helpful for beginners to understand the simple piping calculations as per B 31.3. Because as a beginner it may be difficult for you to understand at the beginning. So this Excel sheet will help you to understand it very clearly. Here I have captured the design pressure and as well as the outside dia of the pipe. As I said, outside dia of the pipe, from where you have to get it? From B36.8. That's why I just made this column, because this column will be helpful for you to understand from where you can take the input. So let's say for an example, design pressure, you can take the input from process engineer, and for outside dia of the pipe you can take it from B36.10 or 19. 36.10 is for carbon steel and 36.19 is for stainless steel. And for the stress values you can take it from B31.3 table A1 actually. So I have to show you where it is, otherwise you may not be able to understand where it is. So this is table A1 basically. So this is where we calculate, we choose our stress values. Yeah, this is where we are here. Here we go. Yes, this is what it is, table A1. So table, what it says, basic allowable stress in tension for material, for metal, I'm sorry. So generally we select the stress value based on the pipe material. So let's say for carbon steel pipe material, generally the carbon steel pipe material will be A106B grade B pipe. So for grade B pipe the value is 20,000. So this is what we have to consider for stress value. So this is what I have shown over here, the stress value for the pipe. So 20,000 KSI based on the table A1. Likewise, you have to calculate the quality factor. Quality factor I have shown you E from where you have to. Quality factor, I am sorry for that. Quality factor also I will just show you. To get the quality factor, you have to go to table. See, as I mentioned it over here. To get the quality factor, you have to go to table A1B. So for A1B, you have to come down a little bit over here. Now we are in table A. Now it has to go to table 1A and 1B then. So yes, we are in 1M. We have to go a little bit. Yes, I think we have skipped it. Let's go into, where are we? Yes, you see the table 1B actually. So table 1B shows the E value based on the pipe actually. So what is our pipe? our pipe is A106 grade B. So let's find A106 grade B. A106 grade B, it's a seamless pipe. What is the value? 1. So based on this value only I have considered. So this is the table A1B, the quality factor. So table E, this is the E value. So E value you will take it from the table A1B. So what is weld reduction factor? This I have already shown you just before. This you will be able to get it from this table, which is 302.3.5 basically. So this is the input that you can from where you can collect the input for your calculation. So what else? Then the coefficient Y. Coefficient Y is the 0.4, as I told you. We have to take it from the 304.1.1. And what is corrosion allowance? Corrosion allowance is generally an allowance that you get from the material engineer. This includes the mechanical allowance as well actually. So in this case I have considered the corrosion allowance as 3 mm. So now right now I have my inputs ready. So I just have to calculate my thickness. So I made this formula automized over here. So I just have to put the values over here. So automatically it will be calculated. So based on this values, what is the thickness that I am arriving? It is 2.05. So 2.05 is the thickness calculated for a particular pressure. So but what is the final pressure? So final pressure, it has to include the corrosion allowance as well, right? Because that is what the TM is. What is TM? TM equal to T plus C. We have seen right over here, right? I think you will be able to remember it. So as per ASME B13.3, the first formula is Tm equal to T plus C. Can you remember this? Tm equal to T plus C. So based on this formula, so I have made it over here. See, Tm equal to T plus C. What does it means? That this value plus your corrosion value. So which comes together how much? 5.05. So Tm is equal to 5.05. Now we have to select a pipe based on this category. How to select a pipe? See, this is the minimum thickness of our pipe. Now we have to select a pipe which is higher than this value. Now to select a pipe, where do we have to go? We have to go to ASME B36.10. So what is our thickness? It was 5.05 mm for 2-inch pipe. So this is the 2-inch category, 2-inch pipe, and here we have schedule. So what are the schedules available? Standard schedule, which is a 40. Standard and 40s are both are same, and XS, which is 80, and which is also both are same. And we have 160 category and as well as extra strong category. So we have these many schedules. Now we have to select on which thickness our thickness falls under. See, we have to select a pipe which is always higher than the calculated thickness. So ours is 5.05 mm. Now I could see this value as the little more higher than our pipe thickness. So I am going to select this pipe. What is this pipe? XS80. So this is the pipe that I am going to select. What is the thickness of the pipe? 5.54. Now you will be there is one more item to be considered. So that's what I am just trying to tell you. Now what we have considered? We have considered a pipe which is higher than the calculated thickness. So what is the calculated thickness? 5.05. What is the value that we have seen from here? It is 5.54 for the pipe thickness for the pipe selected. What is the pipe selected? Schedule 80 is the pipe selected, and 5.54 is the thickness of the scheduled pipe 80. Okay, so I think from till up to here it is very clear for you. See, we have calculated a TM and we have selected a pipe, and based on the selected pipe and the thickness is how much? 5.54. Why we have selected this 5.54? Because we have to select a thickness which is always higher than our calculated thickness. So this value is always higher than the calculated thickness. Now there is another qualification we have to do to ensure that the safety of the line. We are not done yet. We still have to qualify the selected pipe and the thickness based on mil tolerance. What is mil tolerance? Mil tolerance is the tolerance considered by the manufacturer to say that the final pipe after manufacturing will either have the upper side of 12.5% or lesser side of 12.5%, which means that the final thickness of the pipe will either have a 12.5% more or 12.5% lesser thickness than the actual thickness shown in the chart. What is the actual thickness shown in the chart? In 36.10, the thickness shown in the chart, can you see it? This 5.54. When after manufacturing, the pipe could either be 12.5% lesser than the value shown over here. It could be also higher actually. That's one of the reason we have to qualify the selected thickness based on mill tolerance. So to qualify, what we have to do, we have to deduct the 12.5% thickness from the final thickness. See, this is the thickness of the schedule we have selected from 36.10, right? We have to deduct 12.5% from this thickness, and the value comes around how much? 4.8475. So this is the thickness of the pipe we may deliver, we may receive from the manufacturer. So what we have is the thickness available after 12.5% of deduction basically. So we should consider this as the final thickness. Now we have to qualify that our calculated thickness, is it lesser or more than the final thickness? Generally what it should be? See, the final thickness is the thickness available with you. That's the thickness that you are going to receive from the manufacturer. So your calculated thickness should always be lesser than the final thickness. No, if your calculated thickness is always more than the final thickness, so there is no use of calculating. You have to buy a thickness which is always higher than your calculated thickness. So what I am going to do it now? Now I am going to check whether this final tolerance is higher than the calculated thickness or not. Is it higher than the calculated thickness? No, it is. The final thickness is 4.84, but the calculated thickness is how much? 5.505. So this is what it comes as a difference is 0.21. So what it says, is it approved or not? No, it says go to next thickness. So in this case you have to go to a next thickness. That is how it has to be qualified. Now, so let me summarize one more time. We have calculated a thickness and we have chosen a schedule 80 pipe based on one step higher than the calculated thickness. But after deducting 12.5%, it is not qualifying, just because after deducting 12.5%, this value has become lesser than the calculated thickness. But in actual, this value should be more than the calculated thickness. So it is ASME recommends to go for a next thickness level. So what is the next thickness level? That is what we have to see. So initially we have selected 5.54 for 80 schedule. So to go to a next thickness level, we have to see what is the schedule available. The next schedule available is 160. So what is the thickness of 160? 8.74. So we have to put the 8.74 here. So what is where do we have to put? We have to put the thickness as per pipe schedule, because we are selecting what pipe? We are selecting a 160 pipe, and what is the thickness of the 160 pipe? 8.74. Now what it comes? The difference is higher. Now the final thickness is higher than the calculated thickness, and what it says now? Acceptable. This is how you have to calculate it. We have selected a pipe thickness which is higher than the calculated thickness, but actually what is happening, when you deduct a mill tolerance, your pipe is not qualifying. So your final thickness is the thickness after deducting the mill tolerance, and mill tolerance thickness should be always greater than the calculated thickness. So this is how we have to qualify. Now to qualify it, I have to go for the higher thickness. Now let's go back to the schedule. Now see, this is what we have selected, right? The schedule 80 5.4. Now what is the next schedule available? 160. 160, what is the thickness? 8.74. If I put this thickness, it will be qualified. See, 8.74. 8.74. Now what it is said? Acceptable. So when I put the higher thickness, it says acceptable. So what was the previous condition? When I use the lesser thick pipe, it says go to next thickness actually. So this is how you have to qualify. So when you are not able to meet the thickness requirement, you just have to go to the next thickness, so that you will get the final pipe. Now what is our final pipe? Our final pipe is 160 schedule. So our final schedule is 160 schedule. So this is how it is, 8.74. So this is the pipe that we have selected for a 2-inch line for this pressure. This is how you have to calculate it. So now let me tell you, I'll just summarize the entire thing. See, we have to look at this formula, put this formula in the Excel, and there are two formulas you have to consider: Tm equal to T plus C and T equal to PD by 2 SCW plus PY. See, all of these values, the parameters, you will be able to read it from here. Here it is exactly given from where you have to find this values actually. If you are not able to familiar with the table A and table B, go to the index and you will be able to trace with the page number. And if you then what else? Yeah, these are the only two formulas that I have put it in the Excel sheet. Now after putting it in the Excel sheet, what you have to do, you have to make sure that you fed all the right information over here, and after that you have to calculate a small t. After calculating small t, you add a corrosion allowance into the small t, so that becomes your calculated thickness. This value becomes your calculated thickness. Let me just highlight it one more time. Yeah, this value becomes the calculated thickness for you basically. So this is the calculated thickness. Now you have to select a pipe based on this thickness. So always select a pipe which is higher than this thickness. So now we have selected a pipe which is based on this value. So we have what we have selected. We have selected 5.4. So when we have selected 5.4 and what happened? 5.4 we have selected. So the 5.4 is the final thickness. From that we have to deduct the melt tolerance. Melt tolerance is how much? 12.5%. 12.5% of 5.54 you have to deduct it, because this is the pipe you will receive when you order a pipe, because this manufacturer tolerance, it could be either lower or upper. So based on this value, how much it comes? 4.8475. So this value should always be higher than your calculated thickness, but in our case what is happening? This value is lesser than our calculated thickness. So that's why what it says, go to next thickness. If it is somewhere between 8 mm and you see this value is higher than the calculated thickness, now it says acceptable. So this is how it has to be actually. This is how it has to be calculated. I hope this video will be very helpful for you to understand the pipe thickness calculation. It is a little tricky to understand at the beginning, but if you do it and if you work on it practically, you will be able to understand very easily. It is not a very complex calculation. It is only about your understanding at the as a beginner. It takes time to get the logic in your mind, but I'm pretty sure about it. If you can practice for 1 or 2 times, you will be able to make it. Thanks for watching my video and thank you for your support. I'll meet you with another fantastic video. Until then, bye from Subhash Chandra.